A look at the headlines. The Sultanate of Oman and Azerbaijan review parliamentary and legislative relations between the two countries. Russia confirms that opportunities for talks between the United States and Iran have not yet been exhausted, and the European Union approves imposing new sanctions on Tehran. And gold prices are approaching $5,600 per ounce, their highest level ever. Welcome to our news center. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Excellency Sheikh Abdul Malik bin Abdullah Al Khalili, Chairman of the State Council, met with Her Excellency Professor Dr. Sahiba Gavarova, Speaker of the Milli Majlis or Parliament of the Republic of Azerbaijan, and her accompanying delegation. The two sides exchanged views on a number of regional and international issues. The meeting also reviewed ways to enhance existing cooperation between the two countries and exchanged views on several topics of common interest. They also emphasized the progress witnessed in bilateral relations and the shared visions of the two friendly nations, which contribute to achieving development and prosperity. His Excellency Khalid bin Hilal Al Ma'wali, Chairman of the Shura Council, held an official session of talks today with Her Excellency Professor Sahiba Gavarova, Speaker of the Milli Majlis Parliament of the Republic of Azerbaijan. During the session, both sides emphasized the importance of strengthening relations between the Sultanate of Oman and the Republic of Azerbaijan across the economic, cultural, tourism, and legislative sectors, while working to increase mutual investments between the two nations. They also explored ways to enhance coordination and consultation between the two councils to serve the common interests of both countries in various development fields, in addition to discuss mechanisms for bolstering legislative cooperation through the exchange of expertise and bilateral visits. His Excellency Sultan bin Salim Al Habsi, Minister of Finance, received His Excellency Musa Zamir, Minister of Finance and Planning of the Republic of Maldives. During the meeting, the two sides discussed topics of mutual interest, exchanged views on financial and economic matters, and explored ways to enhance cooperation between the two countries in several areas. This meeting comes within the framework of strengthening financial and economic cooperation between the two countries. During its meeting, the Municipal Council of the FAR Governorate reviewed its annual report and the results of its initiatives implemented during the past year. These initiatives encompass several areas, including promoting public health awareness, empowering the community through artificial intelligence applications, and child development programs. The Council also discussed the work of the Health and Environment Committee, which focused on environmental challenges and improving the level of health services. Furthermore, the meeting reviewed the work of the Governorate Development Committee and the outcomes of its meetings and discussions with relevant authorities, which aim to enhance service levels and bolster the Governorate's development. The Council's Social Affairs Committee also hosted a number of specialists from the Royal Oman Police to explore possible solutions for facilitating the issuance of driver's license suitable for people with disabilities and equipping their vehicles to meet their specific needs. The meeting was chaired by His Highness Said Marwan bin Turki Al Said, Governor of the FAR and Chairman of the Municipal Council of the FAR Governorate. His Excellency Dr. Mohammed bin Nasser Al-Za'abi, Secretary General of the Ministry of Defense, received Lieutenant General Ahmed Fethi Khalifa, Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Arab Republic of Egypt, and his accompanying military delegation. During the meeting, they exchanged views and discussed a number of military topics of mutual interest. Internationally, the Kremlin stated that the opportunity for talks between the United States and Iran has not yet been exhausted. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov explained that any use of force against Tehran could lead to chaos in the region and dire consequences, calling on all parties to exercise restraint and refrain from any use of force to resolve the issues. These statements came a day after U.S. President Donald Trump called on Iran to come to the negotiating table and reach an agreement on its nuclear program or face a possible U.S. attack. European Union foreign ministers have agreed to impose new sanctions on Iran. Under this agreement, sanctions have been imposed on approximately 30 individuals and entities, including asset freezes and travel bans. The EU is expected to publish the names later. Palestinian Vice President Hussein al-Sheikh asserted that the Israeli campaign against UNRWA institutions threatens to halt the humanitarian work these agencies provide to a large segment of the Palestinian population. Al-Sheikh stressed the need for the international community to take firm stances against the Israeli authorities and to stop their ongoing policies of ethnic cleansing, including the demolition and destruction of buildings and roads, settlement expansion, land confiscation, and the torture of Palestinian prisoners. The Palestinian vice president's remarks came a day after 9 European countries, Canada and Japan, condemned the Israeli authorities' demolition of the UNRWA headquarters in East Jerusalem. Gold prices today approached the level of $5,600 per ounce for the first time in its history. This unprecedented rise came as a result of the development in U.S. monetary policy, dollar weakness, and geopolitical tensions. Here's more on this report.
Gold continues to set record highs in global markets amid fundamental questions about the future of the global monetary system and gold's role as a strategic asset in investment portfolios. In 2025, gold recorded an exceptional surge of approximately 64%, one of its largest annual gains in modern history, making 2025 a significant turning point in the trajectory of gold prices. No sooner had the markets absorbed the gains of 2025 than gold continued its sharp upward trend in 2026, achieving a rise exceeding 27% since the beginning of the year and more than 10% in a single week. The gold managed to break the $5,000 per ounce barrier for the first time in its history, reaching record highs exceeding $5,300 per ounce and then touching levels close to $5,600 per ounce. Analysts and major financial institutions believe that gold's upward monument is likely to continue, with some estimates predicting its price will reach around $6,000 per ounce by 2026. This record rise in gold prices is attributed to a combination of factors, most notably the decline of the US dollar to its lowest level in nearly 4 years. This has generated what analysts have described as a crisis of confidence in the U.S. currency, which in turn has boosted the appeal of gold for holders of other currencies. U.S. monetary policy has also played a pivotal role, as the Federal Reserve's decision to keep interest rates unchanged has contributed to supporting gold prices, which tend to rise in a low interest rate environment. The price of gold tends to rise in such an environment. Widespread uncertainty surrounding the stability of global monetary and fiscal policies has bolstered gold's status as a safe haven and a strategic asset for storing value. The rising burden of government debt in major economies has contributed to pushing prices to unprecedented levels, alongside strong investment demand for gold from central banks as part of their strategies to diversify reserves and reduce reliance on traditional currencies. The record-breaking rise in gold and silver reflects a structural shift in the behavioral of global investors. Precious metals are no longer used solely as traditional hedges against inflation or crisis, but are increasingly treated as neutral and reliable assets for storing value in a world characterized by rising uncertainty and declining confidence in traditional monetary and fiscal policies.
Still to come in our news bulletin. With wide participation from Camel owners across the Sultanate of Oman, camel racing activities concluded in the Wilaya of Barka. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The Development Bank has launched the Masira program to support freelance work through flexible, low-cost financing in line with Oman Vision 2040 and the 11th five-year plan. Here's more in this report. The Development Bank has launched the Masira program to finance freelance projects under official patronage as part of national efforts to support employment and promote alternative income opportunities. The program falls within the bank's microfinance initiatives and aligns with Oman Vision 2040 and the 11th five-year plan, which emphasize fostering a culture of freelance work and strengthening professional and craft-based economic activities.
Development Bank in Oman launching a new financing product specialized for the freelancer. The product is called Masira. With this product, we are trying to support the freelancers who have that creative and talents to expand inside Oman and outside Oman.
The program aims to create job opportunities for job seekers and individuals wishing to engage in independent economic activities, enabling them to diversify income sources and achieve financial stability. It is designed to respond to rapid changes in the labor market, where freelance work has emerged as a sustainable economic model driven by skills, entrepreneurship, and flexibility, while reducing traditional financing complexities for small and micro enterprises.
I'm so proud of Development Bank because they support us and they support the freelancers, and maybe in the future we will be company and we will work with different freelancers and we will be a big company, inshallah.
Between 2020 and 2025, the bank approved more than 19,700 interest-free loans worth over 125 million Omani riyals, covering all governorates of the Sultanate of Oman. In 2025 alone, approved microfinance loans reached nearly 36.9 million riyals, reflecting growing demand for productive financing and continued confidence in the bank's development-focused lending programs. The Masira program offers competitive financing of up to 15,000 riyals with 0% profit for full-time freelancers and a reduced rate for part-time work, alongside flexible repayment terms extending up to 7 years. Applications can be submitted electronically, reinforcing the bank's commitment to digital transformation, balanced development, and supporting small projects as a key driver of economic growth and self-employment. In a Dakhliya governorate, Zakat management is being redefined through a modern digital system that transforms giving into a structured and transparent process which enhances efficiency and social impact. Here's more in this report.
Moments are all it takes between intention and action. Zakat is fulfilled through a contemporary digital system, one that carries generosity beyond a simple transaction, shaping it into lasting social impact and redefining service through a modern institutional approach marked by precision and efficiency.
The electronic services have simplified zakat payments and application in Dakhliya to make the zakat get to people in an effective way.
In the Dakhliya Governorate, this transformation is unfolding on the ground. A renewed Zakat system has led to initiatives with tangible social outcomes, supporting deserving families, enabling students and standing alongside those facing hardship. Through partnerships that have broadened the reach of assistance, Zakat is advancing along a development-focused path that reinforces stability before extending support.
In fact, everybody knows that there is a crucial role for the zakah in the society. In fact, not all the role is not restricted only on the helping the needy people, for either poor families or even school students. Its role is exceeding that to the economic in all of in the country, I can say. Regarding the digital transformation, it has been easy now for everybody to pay their zakah and sadaqat because of the entirely work of zakah has been shifted from the traditional works to digitalized.
As Zakat services become more accessible and easier to navigate, individual participation takes on greater significance. Each contribution expands the circle of giving, amplifies its impact, and reinforces social stability, affirming Zakat as a shared responsibility with enduring effect. Here, digital transformation serves a deeper mission, ensuring Zakat reaches its rightful beneficiaries with care, efficiency, and transparency. Reporting from the Wilaya of Nizwa, this is Saleh Abu Khalfan al-Rahbi, Al-Dakhiliya Governorate.
Thank you, Saleh. The camel racing activities organized by the Oman Camel Racing Federation as part of its annual program of local camel races for 2025-2026 season concluded today at Liflage Racecourse in the Wilaya of Barka. The 5-day event saw wide participation from camel owners across the Sultanate of Oman. The final day of the race featured 2 racetracks. The first was designated for camels from the Royal Camel Corps and camels from the Wilaya of Saham, while the second track was reserved for camels from the Wilaya of Suhar. The closing ceremony was held under the patronage of His Excellency Basil bin Ahmed Al-Rawas, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Youth, for Sports and Youth. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here's a recap of the main points. The Sultanate of Oman and Azerbaijan review parliamentary and legislative relations between the two countries. Russia confirms that opportunities for talks between the United States and Iran have not yet been exhausted, and the European Union approves imposing new sanctions on Tehran. And gold prices are approaching $5,600 per ounce, their highest level ever. With that, we come to the end of tonight's bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night and stay safe.